Alrighty, folks. I'm going to make a video, another deviation from my norm, about Big Brother this time. Huge Big Brother fan. I've been watching the show since I was young. Season 4. Anyway, Robin just released earlier today the cast for season 20. And I'm on Twitter. I just looked at it, and everyone has got a bunch of hate in their heart. And before I say anything else, I'm not making this video to harass anybody, to make anyone feel uncomfortable, or to burst anyone's bubble. Nor am I making this video to try and better my chances of getting on the show sometime in the future. I'm making this video because I am a super fan of the show, and I understand a little bit about how production works. So, the comments I'm seeing about the cast, it's kind of offensive a little bit from people who didn't make it on the show, and I'm assuming that's who's bitching the most about who the cast are. They're saying that they're all a bunch of plain vanilla people, the same carbon copies from previous seasons. But since I've been watching the show, it's always been like that. It hasn't been in recent seasons where this is all new. Since season about 5, 6, they've had the same types of people playing. So why is it an issue now? Probably for you, because you didn't make it on the show. I am a gay black man. The odds of me making it onto Big Brother are slim to none. They only ever have like one black guy. They only ever have one gay guy unless it's part of a twist. Combine that into one, and you have me. What does that say about my odds? If you are like me, black gay man, and you apply for Big Brother, you must know from the get-go your chances of making it on the show are slim to none. That's just reality. The casting choices are supposed to be representative of our population's demographics. So if they have 2 black people on the show, 2, not 4, 2 black people on the show, that is representative of the black population as a whole. Because there's only about 13 to 15% of black America that exists. That's it. So the rest of it belongs to everybody else. So when you say there's only 2 black people on the show, well, that's actually slightly over 15%. So we're being overrepresented as a culture, as a race. You really can't complain about that. Imagine if they had none. Imagine if they had 1 and they were out week 1. You can't be upset when they do things like that because it's only fair. Another thing that I want to talk about, because I've studied media, I'm not trying to be rude to any other race, but white people sell the most. They're easily marketable because they're the flavor of the day. They've been the flavor of the day for quite a while. Production knows that. Not just Big Brother, but everywhere else. This season they have, I think, 7 or 8, which is almost half the cast, that is not white. So for them to have about little over 50% white people, that right there is very telling of production pushing the envelope a little bit. Because if they have maybe 1 black person or no black person, if the people that they would lose would be nowhere near significant as if they pissed off the white population. The show would suffer greatly. They know that. You, as an audience, have to know that too. If you are upset about the casting choices and you haven't applied for Big Brother, you're just upset because you want to see better representation, it's not going to help. You're not going to see it change. And unless there's this huge call for action and you see this huge wave of diversity being forced into the media world, you're not going to see it change because white sells. I understand that. I hope after you watch this video you do too. Look these things up. Learn a little bit about demographics. Learn a little bit about production and why they make the decisions they make. And maybe you won't feel as bad. If you are part of that group, that subgroup that's always being marginalized, don't take it as being discriminated against, because they're trying to be as fair as possible. As much of a fan as I am, I understand that, and I really am trying to drive home to all of you watching this. I hope that you do too. Do not take offense if you don't get called back. You are probably in part of that group that is just too small to represent. And you really can't control that. You can't, but neither can they. Literally, they can't. Because if they were to try and do something like that and marginalize their largest audience segment, it's gonna blow up in their face real bad. And the show that we all love probably won't last very much longer. If you love Big Brother, you will have to eventually accept what I'm telling you. I have.